Hi, I'm Jenna Kelly with the Green Girl Minute, and I am here in Hollywood at the pre-Oscar Green Party, the Global Green USA event, and I'm sitting in a Chevy Volt right now, which is an 100% electric vehicle. And this party tonight is being sponsored partly by Chevy Volt. I am really thrilled to be here because the Chevy Volt, which you're looking at behind us, is here, and we're going to talk to Dave, a Chevrolet spokesperson, all about it. So talk to us about it.
Well, the Chevy Volt is unlike any other electric car on the market right now. I mean, unlike other electric cars where you charge a battery, you go maybe 80 miles, you got to pull over and charge for the rest of the night. The Chevy Volt has extended range technology. So when the battery wears out, it's got this onboard electric plant that kicks in to use gas, but only use gas to create electricity to keep that vehicle moving for hundreds of miles. So I can drive my Chevrolet Volt all electrically from San Francisco all the way down to San Diego and not have to worry about finding another plug. It alleviates what we call range anxiety.
So how many miles is that it can go?
It's unlimited. We actually drove a Chevy Volt from Seattle all the way to San Diego, and then we drove other Volts all the way across the country to show what this technology can do in terms of range anxiety. I had an EV1 back in the day, and I would drive the EV1 maybe 80 miles or maybe 60 miles one way because I didn't want to run out of juice and get stuck. And we learned from that experience, and that's where the range extender comes in. So we have a very small engine on board this vehicle that will kick in to create electricity when the battery runs out. But really for a majority of Americans, you really never have to use that range extender unless you're going on long distances. I live 10 miles from the office, so I plug in at home, plug in at the office, 10 miles, right? 20 miles each way, and I'm never really visiting a gas station unless I want to go to Vegas or something like that.
And how long do you have to charge it when you're at home?
Well, if you have a 120 outlet, a regular household outlet, you can charge in under 10 hours. A 240 volt outlet, which you can also use for this car, under 4 hours.
Wow, so that's not long at all.
No, not long at all.
Great deal. And how much is the car going for?
You can lease it for $350 a month for 3 years, $2,500 down, 12,000 miles annual rate, or you can buy it for $33,500, but that takes into account a $7,500 federal tax credit. So we think it's very, very affordable.
So Dave, talks to us about the transition that it's going to take to move to electric vehicles.
Well, it's going to take time. I mean, we're not going to flip the switch and next year all of our vehicles are going to be electric, okay? But we see the industry moving towards electric vehicle technology in all of its forms, whether it's a hybrid, whether it's an extended range electric vehicle like the Volt, whether it's a hydrogen powered fuel cell. I mean, that's an electric car too, but it uses hydrogen to create electricity. And then there are other different forms of electrically driven powertrains to make them even more fuel efficient. But in order to meet these increasingly more stringent CAFE standards, greenhouse gas emission targets, we're going to have vehicles that burn less petroleum. So if you're serious about climate change, energy independence, if you're worrying about not using gasoline, the only way to do that is through electricity, and that's what the beauty of these electric cars are all about. Plus they're fun to drive. An electric car like the Volt has instant torque. So when you press that accelerator pedal, the wheels turn instantly, and it throws your head back, and it's a fun way to drive a car. It really is.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. But thanks so much for telling us about the Chevy Volt.
You're welcome.
And we'll be back with the more Green Girl Minute later.